What's up, everybody? Scott Zlatev here, and I'm going on a walk because the day is so nice out. You can see I'm half naked because it's such a nice day, and I'm like really white, so I need to work on my tan. But I wanted to talk about something here, a really important topic, and that is your identity being compromised? Now, a lot of people automatically, you're going to think, is your identity being compromised? Well, shoot, identity theft, all these different things. And, the truth of the matter is that most people's identities are being compromised, whether you know it or not. And what I mean by that is, when we live our daily lives, we look at things in terms of what society says that we're supposed to be, how everybody else says that we're supposed to be, and we never look at our own identity, our internal compass. What do I mean by that? Well, let me give you a good example of my mechanic, okay? I've used this guy for years. I don't use him anymore because now I have a Mercedes instead of the old piece of crap that I used to have. But when I used to use him as a mechanic, he did really, really good work, and he charged extremely cheap. The problem was that he was just working all the time. And you could just see it in his eyes that he was a hard worker up here. He was a hard worker. Life was hard, so he had to work twice as hard as everybody else. And one of the reasons why he worked twice as hard as everybody else was, one, he was a caring guy and he wanted to provide a good service, which he did. But the other thing was that he undervalued his skills to be able to do a job, okay? So he undercharged. He actually charged about a third to a half the cost of anybody else, which is why I used him in the first place, because I was flat broke and I couldn't afford much. So he provided a good service, but the clientele base was really low, right? Because he undervalued his skill. And he even went on about the government and all this stuff, which is cool. But up here, his value and his identity was that he was a hard worker, life was hard, and I had to work my ass off to get anywhere in life. And so he got that. And so be careful of who it is that you associate with. Be careful of what your inputs are. There's a reason why it is that we say that, the person that you're going to be in the next 2 to 5 years is going to be dictated by what your inputs, the people that you associate with, your influences, like what you watch on TV, what you listen to in your music and your audios and stuff like that. And I listen to all kinds of music, from all different ranges, from heavy metal stuff to classical. Depends on what I'm in the mood for. But the bottom line is that the influences that I have in my life and that you should have in your life should support where you're going in life, where you envision, so that it helps with your personal identity. Because whether you know it or not, your personal identity right now is being compromised if you're not careful. Okay? Let me say that again. Your personal identity is more than likely being compromised if you associate with life is hard. You've got to be a hard worker. Because, funny story, back to another really good example, back to my mechanic. There was one time he worked so hard, he lost so much sleep that he mistook his coffee, or he had 2 cans sitting out to drink from. One was a bottle of water and another was a bottle of gasoline. He actually mistakenly drank 2 swallows of gasoline. That's how hard he was working, and it compromised who he was as a person, because his identity up here was telling him for his whole life, from back to the ages with his parents and everything, I'm just assuming, and society, everything was, life is hard, you have to work hard to get ahead. So up here, it caused him to drink gasoline. So instead of drinking gasoline, instead of losing sleep over stupid crap, right? Mind what your identity is to you. Because if you have a certain identity to yourself, that will reflect upon everybody else. Everybody else will see you as that. So this is Scott Zlatev. I just wanted to cut this quick video, share this simple thought for you as I was out here in nature. Check this out. This is the view that we've got. And there's actually, see down there is, just on the other side, I might be able to actually show you here. Let me go down here. Yeah, not a good idea to go hiking in flip-flops. But, you know, like I said, it was a great day, and this is kind of spur of the moment. But, so right there, you can see there's a waterfall here. I might actually cut to another clip and just kind of finish off and show you this waterfall. It's pretty spectacular. We got a great view out here in good old eastern Washington state, and it's going to be great all weekend, so I'm probably going to be cutting a lot of videos outside. So, anyway, take care. See you in the next video.